Wanna grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kanich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup. Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious. Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material. If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Oh, okay! Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kanich.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan. I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kanich the speechless! Kanich the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine City limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Paimon sure does! Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kanich holds onto a how's tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a how wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along? I know where it is, so let me lead the way. Malipo Kanich. The hems of my pants are still dripping. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Is the smoke from the bonfire?
さあ行くぞ。頑張れ。
もう逃げんのか？
ここらしいな。
ちょっと前までは何もない砂浜だったなんて信じられないぞ。
確かに。数日前、証人として出廷するために歌劇場へ向かった時も通ったが、まだ何もなかった。 フォンテーヌにも仕事人がいるみたいだな。
数日どころか一晩あれば十分ですよ。これぐらいで感心していただけるとは。いやいや、勝手に舞い上がって変に自信がついても痛い目に遭うだけ。覚えていらっしゃらないのですか？画像認識のレピーの通りですよ。おかげさまで一晩で AA ランドを完成させられたのも地に足をつけて頑張った結果です。
AA ランド？
仮の名ですが AA ファンの思い描いたものを具現化したファンタジーあふれる楽園を目指しています。大げさに聞こえるかもしれませんが、本当にそう願って作ったのです。ご覧の通りフォンテーヌの永遠をテーマにしたパークで AA ファンと共に作っていくというのがコンセプトです。
共に作る？なら少なくとも前回みたいに全財産をつぎ込むようなことはしてないよな。
いいえ、皆さんと共に作り上げるとはいえ私の全財産もかかっています。
またかよ。
後先考えねえで一切合切つぎ込んちまうなんて人間ってバカだな。偉大なる清流の同情をこうなんて思わないことだ。上昇のみをくれてやる。
すまない。このうるさいチビのことは気にしないでくれ。
チビだとチビニチに言われる筋合いはねえぞ。
なんてクレバーなマシナリーなの。素晴らしい発明品ですね。シャルロットさんにも見てもらわないと。
量産だと無礼な。俺は天上天下唯我独尊偉大なる清流だぞ。あとはクレバーってなんだ。とにかく覚えておけ。我が輩の名はクフル・アハウ、知恵の祖でありお前たちの大先輩だ。
そうだったのですか。知恵の大先輩とも知らず。
バカとバカの開口だぜ。盛り上がってるけど新しい友達でもできたの？
ご紹介します。イベント会場の設営に身を砕いてくださったフォンテーヌ・スピナディ・ロースラ会長のナビアさんです。
こんにちは、相棒。パイモンも元気だった？
キーニチだ。よろしく頼む。
おいおい、俺のこともちゃんと紹介しろ。気の利かないやつだな。
道のど真ん中で声を張り上げて名乗っているやつの紹介なんているか？
さっきの自己紹介ちゃんと聞こえてたから。こちらが偉大なる清流アハウさんね。お会いできて光栄よ。
礼儀正しいやつだな。お前らも少しは見習え。カホン。ナビアと言ったな。教養のある汝には偉大なる清流の名を呼ぶことを許可しよ
ナビア、偉大なる清流って変なあだ名だと思わないか？小動物って自分を大きく見せるものでしょ。きっと大げさな名前をつけるのが好きなのよ。
一晩で設営が完了したのはひとえにナビアさんをはじめとするスピナディ・ロースラの皆さんのおかげです。はあ、イベントの開催許可と会場の使用許可が下りるのを待ちに待った末、やっと許可 書が届いたんです。その瞬間にナビアさんに連絡し、力を貸していただけないか相談しまして、私のわがままを聞いてくださるのなんて優しいスピナディロースラの方々くらいですから。
この人感情が高ぶるとこうなっちゃうの。分かってあげて。イベントの詳細はまだ話してないだろうから、代わりに説明させてもらうね。簡単に言えば、シュバルマラン AA ランドはレピーヌ・ポーリーンの発想と技術サポートの下で開かれる同好会みたいなイベントよ。テイワットの AA ファンなら誰でも大歓迎。シュバルマラン？
あのシュバルマラン夫人のことですよ。長きにわたる努力とお願いの甲斐あって、やっとフリーナ様、シュバルマラン夫人の愛らしいイメージでより多くの人々のハートを射止め、同時に夫人の人気アップにも貢献する。
なるほど、いろいろ勉強したみたいだな。ところで、お前は AA 技術の研究に方向転換したのか？
完全にとは言えませんが、実は以前作ったサンプルレンズがたまたまある撮影家の目に留まって、最先端の AA 撮影に使われ、それをきっかけに AA 設備や道具の製作にも関わるようになったのです。
我らがエンジニアを甘く見ないで。今回のイベントのトップ技術者なんだから。スピナディロースらは主にイベントの運営や管理を担ってるの。審査が通れば誰でもブースを出してアイデアを形にできるのよ。で、旅人、ここまで聞いてどう思う？収益も見込めるし、あんたの協力があればきっとさらに大盛り上がりよ。グルメ系 AA に出てくるみたいな超豪華なご飯も欲しいぜ。
その点はご心配なく。出店側も参加者も食事は欠かせませんからね。ナビアさんのご紹介でテーマレストランのシェフにはかの有名なエスコフィエさんをお招きしております。あちらの方です。
次に食材の量を間違えたらまな板の上に乗るのはあなたよ。
お忙しいようで。
アハウにぴったりの職場だな。
おい、何企んでやがる。
お嬢様、お話中失礼します。ちょっと見ていただきたいものが。
じゃあごめん、私はこれで。自由に見て回って。イベントに参加してくれるなら後で私のところに来て。
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear partner and Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think—
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run. can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. Yep, come on, we can do this. You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then, let's start with Eclectic Escapades and put our first guide together.
The fresh vegetables from the new batch are exceptional quality. I just wish I could say the same about the new staff. Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary. The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
Ugh, you little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch. Something like this.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all! The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs! Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration!
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun. Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions. Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
gone over budget in quite a few areas. But, whatever. The results are what count.
Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run didn't disappoint.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked. We should check out the film that it's based on.
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters. Take our official mascot, Surintendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category, and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round, bouncy cuteness. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products. Sounds irresistible, right? Plus, as Surintendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina will receive 60% of the sales revenue. After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily, not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Chevalmoran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying about profit.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial projects, some level of financial balance is still necessary. The same logic applies to the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland taken as a whole. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our our attractions can officially be open to the public. But we can't take personal charge of the ticketing process. There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain and manage each attraction. There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance. Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us. Just don't hold everyone up to your own standards, okay? You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you. All right, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates. Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.